Hello and welcome to Business Talks. I'm your host, Lana Smith. Today we're going to be talking about this crazy real estate market that we are experiencing here in the Inland Northwest. And my guest today is my bestie of 30 years and mortgage loan officer extraordinaire. She paid me to say that. Terri Peterson. Terri, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So it's hard to do this when it's with a friend. However, we're going to get through it.
We will.
So Terri,
Yes.
you have been doing mortgages for over 30 years. I don't want to age you. You started when you were 10.
Well, I think it was like 11 to be fair.
Okay.
So I did the math this morning. I started in 89, but I actually started as a real estate agent.
I did not know that.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
So I was real estate agent, and toward the end of my first year, I was coerced into lending.
Coerced.
No, that is how it happened.
Was there chloroform, a rope, and
There
a tarp?
was, I don't recall there was any gifts at all now that I think about it, but I said, I will show you that I hate it and I'll go back into real estate. Well, there you go. 30 years.
You loved it.
I still like it.
And what is it about the mortgage business that you like and love?
It's because it's different all the time. Okay, that being said, I love that and hate that about the industry. But it's different all the time. Every borrower scenario is different. Mm-hmm. Every scenario is different.
So you're watching this market.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like it in your 30 years?
No.
Okay.
Back before the big mortgage meltdown, 2008, it was a Tuesday in August. And that is true, that it really hit in my little world. But we're back there plus some. Mm-hmm. But what we have going for us now is lower rates. So, people call me all the time and say, well, I don't think I can afford the house. Well, if you haven't gone through your own scenario, you don't really know what it looks like.
Sure.
On paper.
So rates, give me some ideas on rates right now.
Oh, there's 100 variables to what a rate is, but good credit.
As low as?
Oh, shoot, you can't even do that because it depends on the term, but you could do it in the ones.
Wow.
Yeah, in the
Holy
ones.
crow.
Yeah.
How do they make money? How do you make money on a loan that's at 1%?
Well, actually, that is something that has come up several times. People are like, I'll wait for the rates to go down. I'll wait for them to go down. However, lenders are going to stop loaning money if it gets too low because it's not a profitable business.
Exactly. No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
You have so many realtors that are your friends and your referral base. Yeah. So when you look at that, how you've built your business over the last 30 years, I'll keep saying that because she's older than me. So when you look back at your history,
yes,
what is it that you could say in your business, because it is your business, that has made you successful?
I care. I still care. I've always looked at this, like I said, everybody's scenario is so different. I can't say there's a right or wrong of what options for people to take sometimes, but I tell people every day, I say it at least once, I'm going to look at, based on your scenario now, I'm going to look at this information like it was mine. How would I do it if it was my loan?
Okay.
So
you personalize it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm never going to do something that I wouldn't do for myself.
And is your business more referral based now or new clients?
It is all referral.
Yeah.
It is really all referral. I don't advertise.
That's got to feel good. That tells you what you're doing has been good. If people
and then it's a warm market too, because when somebody's calling me, they say, Lana gave me your name. They say, John gave me your name. And then you've already got that connection with them. So you can build trust.
Well, and I can say, because I've watched you do this for all these years, that it really is about relationship.
Oh,
we were just
absolutely.
talking about it on the last show.
Yeah.
it's not about a bottom line. It's about a relationship, and that's what keeps people coming back and referring. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And you have to go with somebody you trust.
Yes, because you're giving your personal information, right? It's almost like going to a doctor for an exam. An exam.
Well, and it feels uncomfortable. It's almost, I've had the same conversation with people. It feels, it's invasive because I'm going to ask all kinds of things. Not even both of the spouses sitting in front of me may know all of the stuff I'm going to ask, which has come up over the years.
Surprises?
Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I would like to be a fly on the wall.
That would have been good to film several times.
Well, that was before reality TV.
It's true. It's true.
So tell me, when we're talking about credit scores,
Yes.
you and I have had many conversations
Yes.
about credit scores.
Yes.
What would you say are the 2 or 3 most important things to keep in mind to either build your credit or not knock it down?
Fabulous question, Lana. I wish this was taught in school. People do not realize what it takes to build credit or keep credit. And I have people say all the time, well, I'm going to work on my credit and then I will call you. How do you know what to work on? Some of the key things is applying for new loans will really work against your credit scores.
Are you talking about credit cards?
Credit
or
cards, car
loans?
shopping.
Okay.
Not necessarily mortgages. That makes little to no difference when you have a mortgage inquiry.
Okay.
Also, how you use the cards. It doesn't matter if your high credit limit is $100 or $10,000. The amount that you've used of that high balance makes a huge hit or not on your score.
So when looking like that, let's say you have a $10,000 balance on your credit card. So I understand that it's good to carry a little bit of a balance.
Yes.
But not a lot. So what's that percentage of that 10,000 or 5,000 that you should be really aware of?
Ideally, it's less than 25% of whatever the high credit limit is.
Okay.
That said, I don't think people should just carry a balance on their credit cards, just to get that out there. But make sure there's something on it so that registers as a viable account.
Okay.
But it's less than 25% owed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that. And they get, we get credit card offers all the time.
All the time.
Online, in the store. How
Yep.
many times do you go up to the register and
Yep.
they say, do you have our amazing credit card?
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt you. You don't have to use it.
Yeah.
They're not in lending.
Yes.
So
you do not want to do that if you're thinking about purchasing a house.
don't do anything until you've spoken with a loan officer, a lender.
Okay.
Do not change. Don't move bank accounts. Don't do anything.
And then what about, let's talk about, I know one of the things we've discussed is your job references. So the length of time that you need to be at a job for that to be included.
Okay. Little bit of a loaded question because there's so many variables, but a lender is going to go back 2 years. They're going to go back a full 2 years of job history. It can be a couple different jobs.
Okay.
You can't just start a brand new business and have it count. You need a good 2 years.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it has to be at the same job for 2 years.
Does it have to be in the same job arena?
Not necessarily.
So you could be a mortgage loan officer, and then you could become a Uber
Pilot.
driver. A pilot. Okay, let's go pilot.
Let's go pilot.
Yeah. But it's just as long as you have a 2-year work history.
2-year work history, and if it's a big jump in career like that, that could come into play as well, depending on how you're paid.
Okay.
In lending, there's no one answer to any question. It's layered. Okay. It's really layered. So if anybody has questions, they just need to talk with somebody, talk it through.
So I have a question. My
Yes.
kids, and
Yes.
my kids are 21, 23, and 30. But what advice would you give to a 21 or 23-year-old who need to build their credit so that they can purchase a house?
It's going to take a couple trade lines. It's going to take a couple accounts. I actually have clients now that have lots of money, a house paid in full. They had no credit whatsoever. And that is a tough one to get a loan for because there's no credit history.
Wow.
So there has to be something. So start with a credit card, a Capital One, a Discover, something, and I have no affiliation with Capital One or Discover, but just a credit card so you have something that you can have start building that credit. Use it very sparingly so it shows on that history.
Okay. So how many? So I'm gonna kind of get into the weeds here. So is one credit card enough to provide that credit history, or
May not be.
what about accounts with your cell phone, a Vista account, do any of those count?
Technically, no.
Okay.
However, Experian Boost, I've now seen on TV. If you have that Boost program, and I have not used it, I've had a couple clients that have used it, and it has worked.
Okay.
They have not had enough credit, but they work with Experian, and things like their rent is then showing a payment to another third party. You know, they're paying their cousin on the purchase of a car. You can have those things added to credit.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it's new, and I don't know a lot about it, but I know it just
Heard
helped on a
good
couple
things.
clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But the key is get a couple things that you can just keep in the back pocket if you're a cash paying person, which is ideal. But yeah, have a couple trade lines showing.
Okay, this is great. Dylan, Grace, I hope you're watching this, my kids. So the other thing is, so what trends have you seen? Like, you've been in the business a long time.
We've established that 30
So
years.
What trends have you seen in the real estate market and in the mortgage lending market?
What I see now is just grassroots. It's what I deal with every day. And I hear people all the time saying, I can't afford to buy. Prices have gone up so much, I can't afford it. I don't have 20% to put down, and I can't afford a $300,000 house. But they haven't really sat with somebody and talked to them
Okay.
to see what that looks like on paper.
So before you say you can't,
Oh,
talk
find
to somebody,
out.
because you might be able to.
Yes.
You could be very surprised.
Very surprised
Yeah.
because, yes, prices have gone up on real estate considerably. However, rates are at record lows, which helps balance that out more than you would expect.
Yeah.
I had a wise man once tell me years and years ago, he said, honey, never wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and then wait.
Ooh.
That was deep, wasn't it?
That was very Yoda-y.
Very. You know I didn't come up with that on my own. But yeah, which is true.
It is. So we're getting to the end of our time together,
Yes.
but I have to ask, you've been in the business a while. Give me one of your funniest stories.
Oh, gosh. Years ago when we were all not in a COVID industry or medium, and I was sitting in front of this nice gentleman, and he had two friends with him, and they were all dressed up. They were dressed up. New to Spokane, he was opening a business in Spokane, and I said, what kind of business? We're just small talking. He was opening an escrow business. He's been in it for years. And I thought, oh, interesting, another closing office, an escrow business. And we kept talking, and he had an accent. I don't know what it was. He had to clarify a few things along the way. And I said, now it's an escrow business. What is it called? I'll need to have verification. Oh yeah, I can show you income. As I continued to listen to him, I stopped at one point, and he's talking to the ladies. He didn't say an escrow business. He was opening an escort business, which clarified the well-dressed ladies with
that
him.
were with him.
And the agent, I was sitting, the realtor was in the office too, and the eyes just went, poof. He was opening an escort business in Spokane. So I said, okay, And
Well-
I didn't skip a beat, and I said, I think we're done here. I need to have, I'll give you a list of items I need. I need 2 years tax returns and, current pay stubs and bank statements, and then we'll get it going. And
Were you able to do his loan?
no.
Because I'm guessing the tax returns.
Well, that was my out.
No.
I'm like, oh, we're done here. No. He didn't, it's funny, he didn't have tax returns, but it was unfortunate.
Crazy.
Don't
isn't
know
it?
whatever happened to that man.
He probably has his own reality TV show on.
Oh, yeah.
On YouTube
Yeah, and he's talking right now about how he couldn't get a loan one day
from the redheaded mortgage.
from the redheaded lender.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was pretty good.
Okay, so this is your time to plug
Yes.
yourself. Please let everybody know if there. I'll just say, she's amazing. She pays me to say this.
Cost me a fortune.
30 years of
Yeah.
memories,
Yeah.
which there's no amount of therapy that'll help that. But I will say, she is honest, she is transparent, and she will take your loan on like it is her very own. So you can't go wrong with her. So Terri, you want to share how people can get hold of you?
Absolutely. I am with Homebridge Financial Services. My phone number has been the same since phones were invented, and it's 509-939-1955. You can find me on Facebook. You can just Google Homebridge Financial Services and find an office, and you can find me that way too. So.
Okay. And if any of you need more information about Terri, just let us know. Ping us, give us a message, and we'll get that information into your hands. I want to thank you for
You are
being on
welcome.
today. I owe you, and it will
You
come in the
do.
form of wine or margaritas.
Oh, I'm easy. That works.
It's it.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today on Business Talks. I am your host, Lana Smith.